Doctors have warned for a long time that an infectious disease anywhere is potentially a disease everywhere. Case in point is the global spread of HIV/AIDS. Another case, SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome. It was discovered in China in February 2003, and like the current coronavirus epidemic, the government had to build special hospitals. Before SARS was finished 6 months later, it had spread to more than 24 countries, mostly through air travel. Toronto was especially hard hit, with more than 400 cases and 44 deaths.
Air transportation network is the main pathway for a global disease spread.
Think of all the things you and tens of thousands of others touch at an airport and in an airplane. A study from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology shows that very few people in an airport have clean hands. And if we want to slow an epidemic, we have to have clean hands.
First of all, we try to calculate the rate of hand washing around the world.
Previous studies showed that 70% of people wash their hands after using a toilet. And out of that number, only 6 or 7% do it correctly.
So correctly, I mean they wash their hands with soap and water for at least 15 seconds. We did some back of the envelope calculations and we found out that if you visit an airport any time in the world, you will realize that only 1 over 5 people have clean hands.
Nikolaides then looked at what he calls super spreader airports.
A super spreader airport is an airport that combines 2 characteristics. The first one is that has a lot of traffic, transfers a lot of people around. And the other characteristic is that it's connected with many other airports, with many other international flights.
These airports are basically the 10 largest in the world. John F. Kennedy in New York, Los Angeles International, London Heathrow, Hong Kong International, Beijing Capital are among them. Airports and airplanes are close, confined areas with large mobile populations who have dirty hands. Nikolaides calculated that if 60% of travelers had clean hands, the potential to slow a global disease rose to 69%. But even if just 30% of travelers had clean hands, the spread of disease could drop by 24%. Nikolaides says educating the public is the key. Carol Pearson, VOA News, Washington.